Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? We should be live right now. I'm going to pull up the chat on my phone. I have no agenda tonight. The main thing that I want to do is pick contest winners, talk about the coronavirus. Obviously, it's dominating the news, and I thought it might be cool to talk to some of you guys about what's going on wherever you're at. I know I've spoken with some people that are in Spain. Cryptos Chain, he's another content creator on YouTube. It's Cryptos with a K. I know he right now is in Spain in lockdown. And there's a lot of crazy stuff. And guys, I just don't think this is the bottom. I mean, that's what it boils down to. If it were, you guys like that thumbnail? Let me make sure volume's working. Yep. Okay. If it were the bottom, then it's just so hard for me to fathom that. It's so hard for me to fathom that we're not going to go further down. I mean, what do you guys think about this crisis? I mean, do you guys think that it's getting better tomorrow? It's only just beginning. It's going to be, the United States is going to be on quarantine in the next 2 weeks, just like Spain, Italy, France. The UK is being really dumb about this whole thing. But, it's just starting. Like, what do you think? All these businesses, companies are going to have to, mortgage companies are going to have to delay mortgage payments. If you're a landlord, the government is probably going to step in and say that you're not going to be able to collect rent for a couple months. I mean, this is the way, if your car payments are going to end up going to the end of your loan. Like, I promise all these things are happening. There's no way when people are in a full quarantine, they're going to be able to work like normal. Some people will be able to work. So for me, I just can't really believe that this is not going to get much worse. And we've already seen that Bitcoin is tied as an asset to the markets, right? So Trump is actually doing a good job, I feel like, over the last 2 days or 3 days in trying to do things to keep the economy from totally crashing. He's made some steps, and he's given some language that makes you think that he's going to go extreme to try to make sure that the economy doesn't crash here. Because the beautiful thing about this is, if there is a good thing about this is not like a war. So with a war, you don't really know where it's going to end. With the coronavirus outbreak, we feel like we know that it, probably by the fall, late summer, fall, definitely by the beginning of next year, we'll have this, well under control. So I definitely thought that we should talk about this. Yeah, Crypto Cajun says he works IT from home. A lot of people will be able to. I obviously am able to work from home, but your lower level workers aren't going to be able to. I mean, if you work at McDonald's is going to be closed. Apple just said they're closing all retail stores. I want you guys to think about that. Apple closing all retail stores. You think that's going to be good for the economy? But as I said in my video the other day, I feel like that once the U.S. goes on quarantine, soft quarantine, martial law, house arrest, whatever you want to call it. Once that happens, I feel like that'll be the bottom. That'll be the moment where everybody's like, I guess this is as serious as everybody says it's going to be when the U.S. is on lockdown. The most free country in the world, we like to think anyways. And some people think that's not true. But whatever, that's what we say about ourselves, and everybody knows that. We're about freedom and eagles and whatnot. So once that happens, that's going to be the aha moment that's like, okay, how bad can this get? And I think the markets are driven by that psychological factor. So I feel like because of that's a good place for a bottom. I think that everything that occurs after that financially won't have the same kind of panic impact that will have when people realize that stores are going to be closed. Apple's closed, guys. So think about this. If your Mac gets broken in the United States, or your phone, if your iPhone gets broken, what are you going to do? You can't go to the Genius Bar. Can't go there to fix it. You can call support. They'll probably have support still operating. But there's a lot of things that people aren't thinking about in this. Some sacrifices we're going to have to make that are not what people are thinking they're gonna be. So I should make a buy order for 2,500. I already do have a buy order for 2,500 there, my friend. I think that's where we're gonna end up. And Tone Vase thinks that. I don't like Tone Vase. He's a jerk. But I think we are gonna end up somewhere in that $2,500 to $3,000 level. I got buy order set at 2,500. Got buy order set at 2,000. Buy order set at 1,000. Buy order set at 3,000. So that's kind of what I'm doing personally. I bought in. It is a little over about 4,200 is where I got in at, and I'm looking for it to go lower. Now, do I think I'm going to trigger a $1,000 buy order? No, but I mean the guy that was had Link had Link, I think at like 10 cents or something when it crashed to zero on Binance. He got his orders filled. So we could have a giant wick down, but I think it's going to be because you always got to think of kind of the middle, right? So the doomsday scenario people are talking about is like $1,000 Bitcoin. So because of that, you got to think it's going to be somewhere above there. Like when everybody was calling for 3,000. I remember the first time I saw 3,000 in 2018 when people were saying that could be coming. I was like, there's no way it would ever go that low. But it didn't quite hit it. It got down to like 3,150 is the lowest it got. It never hit that. So even if it goes down below 2K, like I don't think it'll actually hit that $1,000 level. You got to think there's so many people probably with buy orders at 3,000, 2,500, just like I do. 3,000, 2,500, 2,000, 15, and 1,000. So there's a lot of areas to get triggered before that. I think somewhere in between, like I said, $2,000 and $3,000, really around 2,500 to 3,000 is probably where we'll bottom. I think that this dump that we had the other day, like, okay, so there was somebody that talked to me and told me that there was a dump that was going to be coming. He might be in the chat. I'm not going to say who it was, but he told me, he said, listen, he said, this on Wednesday night, he told me, he said, listen, tomorrow there's going to be a gigantic dump. Somebody's unloading all of their Bitcoin. I don't know who it is. Maybe it's Plus Token. Maybe it's maybe it's Correct Ride. I mean, I have no idea. I'm just throwing accusations out there. I mean, not that I care to accuse Plus Token. But they told me that there was going to be an absolutely huge dump. And there was, sure enough. It even went lower than what this person said. So I think what happened is on Thursday, we had a combination of panic, whales dumping, manipulation, Plus Token selling. I think we had a combination of everything. And that's what caused it to drop so drastically. But we got to face the fact that right now we're here. Like we're here at this price now. At this point, I almost put in Plus Token. So now that we're at much lower levels, even though panic caused it to drop so far so fast, like we got to look where we could fall from here. So right now, we're coming in at 5,100, and it's not strong. We've went out of a pennant. I don't even know what to call it. You guys know I don't do TA. But there was a pennant that someone had drew, and we've now cut to the underside of that. I wish I could just pull it up and show you what I'm talking about right now. But we've gone to the bottom side of that. So we're probably going to dump again, guys. We're probably going to be, I won't be surprised if we're back in the fours by tomorrow morning. I mean, that's not that far of a dump from where we're at right now. And I think that definitely is possible. No lower than 4K is what Crypto Time is saying. I'll go and try to look at some of the comments here in a second. I mean, how can you possibly say no lower than 4K? We already went lower than 4K. We went down to 3,600 on some exchanges, 36 or 38. So I think we can go below 4K. I don't think there's any question about that. Can we go below 3K? I think that's a much stronger question. But I do think if you look at the Bitcoin chart, okay, if we were to go back to 2018, okay, let's go right here, okay. I really believe that what we're experiencing here is very similar to what we experienced here, okay? These were the hash wars, okay? This is where we had the long dump, and then the price stayed sideways for a while. I think I don't know if we're at the bottom of this curve right now, but I see this being kind of like this, where it just looks so unnatural, doesn't it? I mean, usually if you follow charts, like look at the history of Bitcoin here. I can't go the full history here. But if you look through the full history, you don't see anything like this, right? It looks like a sink. It looks like a kitchen sink. And I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see a similar kind of pattern to that. It's going to look like a kitchen sink. Everything else is jagged, jagged moves up, down, not a lot of cliffs. And I think this is what we're experiencing. So maybe the same amount of time as well. Once we get through this coronavirus, once we get through it, we're going to come back. We're going to come back powerful, and we're going to come back strong. So when we're talking about the price going down to 1K or 3K or 25K, you just got to remember, like, that's not long-term. That's not where we're going long-term. There can be some irrevocable damage that's done by that, that could make it much longer until we get to where we're wanting to get. But it's hard to say because the halving is going to be right at the peak of this thing. Right at the peak of the coronavirus is going to be the halving. Tone Vays says that he believes that we might actually find the bottom after the halving, because usually we get a pump leading up to it, we have the halving, and then we have a drop. But that drop doesn't drop further than, I guess you could say, the pump preceding the halving. But we could find new bottoms after the halving, because at this point, it seems unlikely. As many great videos and great analysis as I've done on the halving, and I was so excited for what we were heading to, everything has changed. Everything has changed. And for people to say that, oh, it's just because, come on, guys, this is not chart stuff. You got to be kidding me. This is not chart stuff. This is not chart stuff. No one predicted these kind of moves. Absolutely no one. People might have said, yeah, the price is going to go lower, but if they predicted price going lower, then it would have been, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Then it would have been more like slowly down to the right, like this, if you can see my cursor, slowly like that. Not like, dum, 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 boop. This is event-driven. If someone says that they called this, they are, as I've said 100 times, an absolute idiot. No one called this. Now, for the past 10 days, a lot of, including myself, have been saying, guys, this coronavirus thing is bad. This is bad. I didn't think, even as prepared as I've been for this, I didn't think it would get this bad, not this quick. Even I didn't think that. And we're only dealing with the beginning of these repercussions. So, ultimately, I still have, great prospects for Bitcoin. I still think Bitcoin's eventually going to go to 100K. Is it going to go to 100K by the beginning of next year? Probably not. Probably not. That's where we're at. Will it go to 100K by the end of next year? Probably not. What I would say is, I think we've delayed ourselves. I think we have delayed ourselves probably, very possibly. And people are not going to like to say this. People are not going to like to say it. But I would say we have very possibly delayed ourselves an entire year here. That's what it looks like to me. I think it's probably going to be an entire year. It's going to take time probably for us to build back up towards 10K. If we're back to 10K by the end of the year, then maybe by the end of 2021, but the beginning of 2021, I feel like the stock to flow chart is probably going to be broken. I've told you guys before. This is why I tell you guys, don't take out loans to get crypto. Do not take out. I had a guy sent me a message back. He might even be in here now. BitHades called it what he called the coronavirus. Come on, guys. And the guy sent me a message, and this was when Bitcoin was probably about at 9K, and he said, I'm going to take out loans to buy crypto. Is this a good idea? And I told him, I said, no, do not. I was very confident that we were going to go up. Very confident. Even at that time. And I told him, I said, no, that's still not good. Why is it not good to take out loans to buy crypto? Because of this. Because of an asset that can drop 50% in one day. What other asset do you know that can do that? Since it is capable of happening, you should be prepared for that worst case scenario. Now, if you want to take out a bunch of loans and then just default on them and file bankruptcy if it all flops, then, more power to you. I would never suggest doing that. But Bitcoin is definitely something that you can't really predict what it's going to do. So, But like I said, I don't really have anything specific. I mean, if you guys watch my video, I've been kind of man, it's hard trying to come up with like the boring content that I like to say that I do sometimes, which I don't think it's boring, but where I talk about like where we're going through the top 100 coins on CoinMarketCap. Excuse me. I know those videos don't get as many views. And I think during something like this, they're going to get even less views. So it's hard for me to find the motivation to do those kind of, that kind of content right now. I have another YouTube channel right now, so I don't really know what my content schedule is going to be. I do want to do some more on the recession. If we do have a recession, it's important to understand at some point we will have a recession, whether this is it or not. A lot of people do believe, but the more language I hear from the government about what they're doing, the more I feel like, man, they really are going to try to keep the government Ponzi scheme going a little bit further. And I don't necessarily know if things are going to drop off very quickly. But the main thing I do want to do, and we're going to stay on here, we're going to chat. I'm going to be on here for about an hour probably. So we'll go over questions in a little bit. But is pick our YouTube winners. These are from people that joined the Bossagora, the Bossagora Telegram chat and my Telegram chat. So I'm going to pick 5 winners from that video. I've already got it plugged in. To be a winner, you had to leave your Telegram address, and then I'm going to go back later and make sure that all the people who have these Telegram addresses that are going to be the winners, that they actually did both things. They're in my Telegram group and the Bossagora Telegram group. And then I'm going to send they're each going to win $20 in Bitcoin, which right now is worth more than it would have been if I would have picked the winners last week. So there you go. So we're going to pick 5 winners here. So here we go. We got 307 commenters, as you can see. And then I'm going to message these people on Telegram. So I'm going to write their names down, as we go. Here's the first one. Do you Americans know how to pronounce momentum? What? Well, he does. He's not the winner. He didn't leave his Telegram name. Is there another way to pronounce momentum? Momentum? Come on, guys. There's no other way to pronounce that word. I don't think. So that one's not a winner. Got to have the Telegram name there. Here we go. Spartanberry. Okay. Jeff Berry has won. So old Spartanberry. Okay. That's winner number 1. Here we go. Let's pick another winner. That's not true. All this talk about going lower, the opposite always happens. That's not true. People were talking about $3,000 in 2018 when the price was still at $10,000. And what did it do? Definitely can go down. Okay. So this person did not leave their Telegram name. Man, a lot of people didn't follow the directions. Were there 5 people that did the right thing? And if you're in my Beards and Bitcoins, contest, we're going to be doing that next week. Can I copy that? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to copy that one. Great video. This person found me from my FUD TV interview. Oh, well, that's not good. It's at I am ANKL. I am ankle. Okay. All right. Pick another winner. Sorry, I didn't think this was going to take so long, guys, because there are a lot of people that didn't do it. Armando in the house. There's my conspiracy theorist. There he is. Armando, what's really going on with the coronavirus? Drop it down. Let us know. What's the conspiracy? I need to know. No, you cannot enter. It is over. Contest is over, guys. You shaved your beard to fit the coronavirus mask better? That's pretty funny. I guess people really didn't want to enter this contest. I thought everybody in the comments probably entered. But people are just giving their coins. They're not entering the contest. So, there's one, okay, at Dr. Powell Bogey, okay. Got 3 winners, so 2 more guys, 2 more winners. 2 more winners. Good day, James. Good day, mate. Cyberfire in the house. Equal part small-time outbreak and media-driven hysteria. But what's... Okay, so what... So, Armando, what do you think... What is the media telling you that is... This is a question I have for people on my coronavirus channel, too. Well, it's not just coronavirus channel. But on the CEO of Facts channel I run. Which is, what is the media saying that's whipping people up into a frenzy? Because I honestly believe they're underreporting it. The toilet paper thing is social media driven. So don't say that the news is out there talking about everybody go get your toilet paper. They're not. It's the social media posts that are driving that. All right, guys, we got 4 winners. We just got one more to go. One more to go here. One more to go here. Where's it at? Oh no. What was that? What was that? Okay, well, I think that person actually had their Telegram handle in there. So I'm going to have to go back and watch that. So that's our 5th winner. But Armando, what? It literally is the definition of a pandemic. A pandemic is literally when a disease cannot be contained in any area of anywhere it is, it cannot be contained. That's literally the definition of pandemic. I mean, look at the map. Like, guys, let's be for real here. These numbers are far underreported. Far underreported. I believe probably right now in the United States, there are over 100,000 cases right now at this minute. And people keep saying, oh, well, it's, do you know anybody? I do know people that have this. Ebola was not way worse. How can you say Ebola was way worse? The CDC says that there's possibly up to almost 2 million Americans that are going to die from this. I know a 37-year-old woman in Georgia who she's either died today or she is on the verge of death. 37-year-old woman with no pre-existing conditions. It's a big story around here. A lot of people know her on social media. They're members of a church near me, her and her husband. Her husband's in intensive care. The numbers are being way underreported. I talked about this on my other live stream on my other channel today. My wife and I added up at least 150 cases in Georgia that we know about from people who have access to the numbers. And Georgia's telling us we have 66 cases. So, yeah, you're right. H1N1 was far more pervasive. 1 out of 5 Americans caught it. The death rate was also like 0.0 something percent. There were only 48,000 people in America that died from it. We're talking about possibly 2 million by the CDC projections. So you guys will see, all of you guys that just keep saying it's not bad, all of you guys that keep saying, even despite everything that we've seen, what do you think? You think the NBA was like, you know what, it's good for us. We're just going to close this because of nothing. Do you think the NCAA, keep this in mind about the NCAA tournament. The NCAA tournament is a $1 billion per year cash cow for the NCAA. You would think that the NCAA makes a lot of money on college football, but it doesn't. Because the individual conferences in the NCAA, they are the ones that make all of the money. The NCAA does not. So the SEC makes the money. The Big Ten makes the money. So they closed down the NCAA tournament, which runs their entire budget for the year and all their profit because of the flu. There's way more to the... Watch when you guys are watching the faces of politicians when they're giving press conferences, you can't sit here and tell me that every single one of them does not have the most concerned look on their face you've ever seen. They know a lot more than they're adding on. Like I said, I think there are probably 100,000 cases here in America already. Armando, come on, man. Tell me about the flat earth. Armando also believes in flat earth. Y'all keep that in mind. This is not the CDC paying me. No, the CDC is not paying me. The thing is I've been studying this for weeks now, while everybody else just jumped on the trend and is making opinions. I've been doing coronavirus updates on my other channel. Well, I just started my other channel last week, but I've been doing it on TikTok for weeks now. And I've been warning, literally every single prediction that I've made about where we're going with the coronavirus has come true. I said the NCAA tournament got canceled Wednesday this week. I said last Wednesday it was going to get canceled. When Spain had less than 1,000 people with the disease, I told people this is the next Italy, and it is. Spain is going to pass Italy in the next couple of weeks, and Spain will be the epicenter of the breakout. I told everybody that we would see mass school closings 10 days ago. What are we seeing now? This is definitely way bigger than people are giving it credit for. But the thing about it is, though, is that it's very predictable. It runs a very predictable course. That's why I can say pretty much with certainty that by the fall, this thing's going to be over. But leading up to the summer, we're going to get wrecked. I hope you don't get it, Armando. Like I told you guys, I have to say that the only people that believe that this is not really happening are idiots and conspiracy theorists. There's no in between. I just said that on the video today. Armando is a conspiracy theorist. He's not in the idiot category. Europe is the new epicenter. Already banned travel from Europe. Yeah, no, I agree. No, I definitely think, I do believe that while I certainly did not like at all Donald Trump's rhetoric about this just being the flu up until a couple days ago. But over the last couple of days, I've really seen them take it serious, and it's given me more confidence that maybe the markets, won't crash completely. Lizard people are the cause. Yeah, I know, right? But what is misconstrued? I want to know what specifically is misconstrued, because no one thinks that. I don't think I'm going to die from this. The news has not said I'm going to die from this. Nobody says, if you're over 70, now I did just tell you about a 37-year-old woman who I'll have to look into the news and see if she actually did die. She was on the way to, in an ambulance from, I think, Floyd County Hospital in Georgia to Rome. And they were saying she probably wasn't going to make it, or from Rome to Emory. So I don't know if she survived or not. I'll have to look into it, like I said. But we know tons of people that know this lady, which is really crazy. But nobody thinks that we're all dying from this. The whole thing is this is going to wipe out a large... we're going to see celebrities that are older die from this. We're going to see politicians. Wait until a senator dies from this, or a congressman, because they're all in the most at-risk category, almost everyone that's running our country. Former athletes... that are in that age group, we're going to see people die from this, because you can't. Okay, so here's, I think, and plus our healthcare is going to implode as well. So I know someone who was at the hospital today delivering a baby. She delivered a baby over the last couple of days, and she said that the nurse on her way out told her, as she was leaving with her baby, that she was so lucky she was leaving today, because it's about to get insane there. Our healthcare system is going to implode. People don't realize this. If you are pregnant, I feel so sorry for women who are pregnant right now and their baby is supposed to be delivered in the middle of May. I feel so sorry for those women, because we literally do not have enough hospital beds and ventilators in this country to support all the people that are going to be in. You guys watch. People have been making fun of me for the stuff I've said about the coronavirus for weeks now. For weeks. And literally everything I said that is going to happen has happened. 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, America's going to be on a soft quarantine. You're only going to be able to go to work, and there's only going to be certain places that are going to be open. Pharmacies and grocery stores are going to be open. That's going to be pretty much it. Parks closed. Theaters closed. Restaurants closed. Fast food restaurants closed. Walmarts are going to be open because they're working with the government. Targets may be open because they're going to be working with the government. Walgreens will probably be open because they're working with the government. Disney World is closed. Pretty much everywhere you can imagine is going to be closed in America. That's coming in 2 weeks. By next week, domestic travel. It'll be a soft ban at first. So domestic travel in the U.S. will be where, if you're in a hotspot city, so if you're in like Atlanta, or you're in New York, or you're in Boston, or you're in Seattle, you won't be able to go anywhere on a plane. And then, Denver, Chicago, Madison, St. Louis. And before the end of next week, Within probably 10 days from now, be complete domestic ban on flights. Flights will be done. Cruise is already done, which I also did predict, by the way, and people told me I was crazy. People will keep going on vacations. Floating petri dish. It's a floating petri dish, a cruise. So cruises, they're done. They're going to have to get bailouts eventually. Airline industry is going to have to get bailouts. Who knows where else is going to have to get bailouts? I don't know where all the money's coming from. They're going to freeze car payments. They're going to freeze mortgage payments. You guys watch. All this stuff is coming. About 2 weeks from now, we're going to be hit with the total soft quarantine. And if you don't think that that is going to affect the markets, you're dreaming. You're dreaming. A lot of people believe that on Monday we're going to crash again. So be prepared for that. On Monday morning, we could see another crash. I mean, we got to see a correction based on Friday's huge pump that we had. It's not going to keep coming up. And you can see you need a bailout. I hear you on that. You can see that. What's the link to the website? I actually made a link for it, so it's easy for people to get to. Map.bitboy.live. I'll drop it in the chat. That's the link right there, so you can do that. It was all coming, but this is the NWO anti-God. I mean, if that's the direction that people want to take it in, they can certainly say they can certainly say that. Crypto Kali's Life said this. Guys, y'all are insane sometimes with some of the stuff you guys say. There's no reason to be scared because once again, this is not. What? This person said this. Go to channel. Let's see what he says. I don't know what that means. You've studied this? What have you studied? What are you talking about you've studied? Okay, let's see. What are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? Are you guys into conspiracy theories, saying that this is the whole world, that this got created, it's bio warfare? What is it here? What are you guys saying? Like I said, the only people that believe this are idiots and conspiracy theorists. I put them in different categories. But yeah, I don't think that there's any reason to be worried long term. The next couple months are going to be hell. There's no question about it. But long term, that we're going to bounce back from this. It's going to be just like we were looking at on the Bitcoin chart. The sync. We're going to get the sync effect. That lasted from November the 12th to pretty much April. So that was about 6 months. Golly, I don't even remember it being that long. That was 6 months. We might crater out like that. Maybe not. Maybe it won't be that long. Maybe it'll be 3 or 4 months. So let me see what people are saying here. We're in a simulation, so it's fine. I'll accept that. What are you talking about? What is not a conspiracy? What is not a conspiracy? Are y'all going Alex Jones? Are y'all going Alex Jones on me? Jesus is sending signs? Maybe. I'll accept that answer as well. Oh gosh, we're getting real deep here. NESCARA, I don't even know what that is. But crypto is correlated with traditional markets. I mean, absolutely. I mean, have you seen what happened? It is correlated. This narrative that it wasn't correlated is done. No, I did not hear. So you guys think that Trump is not going to be the president? Trump, by the way, officially does not have the coronavirus. He did take the test, but I'm sure half of you guys are going to say that that's irrelevant because you believe conspiracy theories. Yeah, they are saying, somebody's saying it came out of a lab in Wuhan. Some people are saying it came from the CDC, that a person at the CDC got bit by something, and that's how it spread. Coronaviruses in general come from bats. So you see a lot of people talking about bats, sharing the bat soup, all that stuff. But that's because coronaviruses in general do come from bats. But what most people believe happened is that an animal ate a bat, and that the meat from that animal got sold at a meat market, and that is what started the virus. So nobody's talking about the 30K troops landing in Europe without masks. I'm not sure what y'all are even talking about. I stay out of the conspiracy theory stuff. How about all the CEOs resigning? Well, okay, so this right here is a good example, honestly, of someone being able to predict that we're at the top of the market all the CEOs resigning and them increasing, well, it is pretty clear we're at the top of the stock market. That's regardless of what just happened. We've been at the top of the stock market. No one disputes that. I mean, a lot of people believe that no matter what, we were going to go down, but not a full market crash like we've had. No one could have predicted this coronavirus. I mean, unless y'all are saying the coronavirus is fake and stuff like that. So, it's a distraction from Vilio. Let's see. My wife just sent me a tweet, which probably means something crazy. Let's see. Oh, she just told me about New York and stuff like that. 50% of coronavirus patients in intensive care in France are under 60. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Wait, is AOC now saying AOC? Wow, this is funny. AOC says to everyone in New York City, but especially healthy people and people under 40, please stop crowding bars, restaurants, and public spaces right now. Eat your meals at home. If you're healthy, you could even be spreading COVID-19, which is really funny because just yesterday she said not going to restaurants was racist. So that's pretty funny. You got to love her. Okay, back to the chat. Sorry, guys. Back to the chat. Inverse moon. I like that. Inverse moon. Not a bat. Okay, regardless of whether you feel like in your feelings, whether you feel like that this specific strain of a coronavirus came from a bat, bats are where coronaviruses come from. So even if it is some biological warfare weapon, they would have had to have done something with a bat. That's where coronaviruses start. They're the ones that carry the diseases. And why are they so dangerous? Why are bats so dangerous? Alexandria, Occasional Cortez. Guys, we got 290 people in here. This is much people. I guess telling everybody I was out of crypto is the best thing for my channel ever. The thing that's so funny is that people would just go on the titles of videos and they like, guys, have y'all never heard of clickbait? Like, what do you think? The entire internet runs on clickbait. News articles, think about this, news articles in newspapers for hundreds of years have ran on clickbait. So yeah, of course I'm going to say drastic things like heading to $1,000. But if you watch the video, it's very informational. And it talks about what might happen if Bitcoin went to $1,000. But people are in the comments like, this will never happen. This is clickbait BS. Tell me one YouTuber that's not using clickbait, and I'll show you a very ineffective YouTuber for sure. So let's see. The best troll of 2020. You talking about my video yesterday? My video yesterday was so good. I really liked it. What happened to Crypto Zombie? Anything? Where are you at, though? Did he not make a video today only? Oh, well, I'll go here. That's my boy. I love Crypto Zombie. He's a good friend of mine. Also, guys, remember, this is my other channel where I talk about the coronavirus all the time, pretty much, but I also do other things. I got a video coming out tonight on this crazy torture device called the Iron Chair. I did one on the Brazen Bull. I did one on some scary monster. I got a lot of kids that follow me on TikTok, so, you know, they kind of like the creepy stuff or whatever. Not weird creepy, but, you know, like scary creepy. So you guys don't forget to go subscribe to my CEO of Facts channel. Already at 21.1 thousand subscribers in literally 7 days. Or maybe it's 8 days now. Let's see, when was my first video posted? 1 week ago. So 7 days, I got almost as many subscribers on this channel as I have on my new channel. It's funny because I've had to go from saying not financial advice to not medical advice. I always want to do fields that I'm not an expert in. So I guess there's something to be said for that. But let's look. Crypto Zombie game over 2 days ago. Are you guys saying just because he didn't put out a video today? Because he just hit 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, he didn't put a video out 2 days ago. I'll have to watch his video and see what he said. Oh, I usually have YouTube Premium, but I don't. I don't on this account, just on my other account. Yeah, I have to see what he says. I mean, I don't think he's out, is he? I don't think so. I would doubt it. Last time it was game. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I don't know what happened to Zombie. He just didn't make a video today. Guys, it's hard. I will tell you this. It's hard to make videos on days like the last few days. But the interesting thing about it, though, is is it's actually like also prime time to be making content because people are super interested in what's happening right now, even if it's a disaster. What's going to be really bad is when we have the content when we're down like this. When we're down here, this is when it's going to get real hard to make content. I'm glad I have another YouTube channel to talk. He got liquidated? He got liquidated? What do you mean he got liquidated? Let's see. Nothing to shill at the moment. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely no, I don't want to be making top altcoin videos right now, I can tell you that much. Go buy some Bosagora, it's doing good. Outside of that. Market should recover the next few weeks before the bigger global collapse. Okay, well, maybe. Oh, guys, I got the support in Latin America from BitBoy, or from The Passenger. Appreciate that. Do I believe in Sasquatch? Funny enough, no, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I believe in Sasquatch. I will say this, and y'all will kill me for this. People have killed me for it many times. I do believe that a Sasquatch is more likely than aliens. I know people are going to absolutely destroy me on that. But the thing about Sasquatch that's so interesting is that he's seen all over the world. He's seen all over the world. So you got to think on some level, there has to be something to that. Like, I don't know, is it a giant monkey? Or, I mean, I don't know. But I think that there's something more to the Sasquatch story than we know. Do I believe that there's literally a family of Bigfoots living back here in my backyard? No, I don't. But Bigfoot is intriguing. Out of all the monsters that you look at, so on my TikTok, I did a series of crazy monsters. Out of all the monsters you look at, there's some that stand out as like, it seems like there's really something to it. Like, is it literally a monster? I mean, we know there's no such thing as monsters per se. But I don't know, some people believe in demons, whatever. Another pretty interesting one is the New Jersey Devil. If you look into the New Jersey Devil, I mean, people that live in that area, they swear that thing is real, and they're not even kidding about it. Goatman's another one that the people really, really, really in that area believe in. And you know what's interesting is with Goatman, a couple actually fell off railroad tracks trying to find him. So actually, in a weird roundabout way, the woman died, the man survived because he held onto the tracks, but she fell and died. So in a roundabout way, like the Goatman, he murdered somebody. So, what is my personal opinion of Link? I like... Okay. Trashing conspiracy theorists and then talking about Sasquatch as being real. I'll accept that criticism. I'll accept that. I never said I was super consistent. I just say what's on my mind. I am pretty consistent about stuff. You're talking about the difference between something that would be scientific and something conspiratorial. And then you're talking about believing in lizard people really running the world. And it just gets too extreme for me, guys. It gets too extreme. There are some shocking things. What was the I kind of look like Sasquatch. Thank you. I need my haircut, but I can't go get my haircut because I don't want to get the coronavirus. But somebody said, what was the thing? MK Ultra. That's what it was. MK Ultra, the conspiracy theory where the government was really trying to do mind control on people. That shocked me when I discovered that was a real thing. So I'm usually shocked when I just uncover conspiracy theories to be true, but they're very far in the minority compared to the massive amount of conspiracy theories out there. That's why I just can't get too far into them. Have I seen a bat up close? I have seen a bat up close. There was one in my house one time. It was terrifying. Can be, but no point in wasting time now on lizard people. Yeah, if lizard people are real, guys, it's just better to keep yourself in the simulation. If that's a real thing, that there's aliens from another planet that are here on Earth that are sucking out the lives of young children and molesting them and all kinds of crazy stuff like that, as long as they don't come in my family, whatever, I'm just going to roll with it because there's nothing I can do about it, right? But I also don't think it's true. I'm way off. I'm way off topic. Way off. No, I'm not naturally a ginger. I don't dye any of my hair. It's all natural. And we can tell you have not done zero research. MK Ultra is real. Yeah, that's what I said. I said MK Ultra is real. I literally said that. I literally said MK Ultra is real. So, yeah. Only so much proof before a conspiracy theory becomes fact. You know what? Look at the amount of conspiracy theories that become facts. It's a very small minority, but it does happen. Let's see. Aliens made Bitcoin. I'll accept that. I would kick it with a talking lizard. Yeah, that's cool. I would do it too. Now, here, okay, so we're in a simulation inside a simulation inside a simulation. I mean, I tend to think that's possible. I mean, I think simulation theory is definitely something that, the interesting thing is if you do believe in God, which I do believe in God for sure. Personally, I'm a Christian. I mean, I've said that on the channel before. I don't get a lot into my religious beliefs on here, but it's actually a pretty big part of my life. But the funny thing is simulation theory and Christianity, like they really match up pretty well if you think about it, because if we're all just made up beings by a creator, then isn't that almost the same thing as a simulation? But if that's not true, then I definitely fall back on simulation theory and say, it's a pretty strong theory in my opinion. The idea behind simulation theory is one day we will be able to, and this, technology, Bitcoin, it all, quantum computing, it all intersects here. One day we'll be able to absolutely reproduce a human mind, like to the exact parameters. So once we're able to do that, we could reproduce trillions or quintillions of human minds. Like we could produce an infinite amount. I mean, you run a simulation on a computer, and if you look at every single, entity that you would have in your simulation, those are all minds. But of course, these would be more advanced versions of those that are like real minds. So the theory says that if you take all of the minds that exist in the universe created by us, and this is in the future, created by us or real minds, that the chances of us actually being the authentic people in the simulation that created it in the beginning are very, very, very low, like small fractions of a percent. So it's an interesting theory. I like simulation theory. It's definitely very interesting to look at. It's something fun to look at, I think, and things like that. So welcome to the Matrix. CRISPR, yes, CRISPR is something that's very scary. That's basically where you can choose, you can like manipulate genetic data and stuff like that. So cryptocurrency can't end of crypto. Is that what you're saying? End of crypto. Let's see here. It's going to be biblical. Religion, haha. I know. I figured y'all would make fun of. I figured y'all would make fun of me, but some of y'all didn't. I see their lovely life. I see some of you guys. Obviously, I don't want to isolate half my audience, and my channel is about cryptocurrency. It's not about Christianity. So, it's something I've talked about on live streams before for sure. I can't wait. I wish it would go down further, or I want to buy more, or I hope we stay like this for years so I can accumulate. Screw that. Let's go up, man. Let's go up. That's what I want. I want us to go up. I'm set with what I have. I'm ready to go. And so because of that, this is killing me, because I got to tell you guys that I now believe we've probably extended our moon trip by about a year. And that's painful. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong. But this is not the end of crypto. This is not the end of Bitcoin. Like gold crashed, stocks crashed. No one says when those crash, that's the end. That's the end of the stock market. That's the end of gold. That's the end of silver. Nobody says that. But Bitcoin's so new that when people see stuff like this, they think that it can crash. Altcoins, or it can go away. Altcoins are also not going to die. I mean, because of the nature of altcoins not all being proof of work or needing mining or anything like that, I mean, in a lot of ways, I feel like altcoins are almost better to survive this than Bitcoin is. Because, even though today I talked about where mining can't, the difficulty level will adjust and things like that, the unprofitable mining situation, it is a situation. And with altcoins, they don't have to worry about that. The altcoins, a lot of those altcoins have actually held up much better than Bitcoin during this. They still dropped for sure, but they were built a little better to withstand something like this. So that's why I think that at some point it was someone just straight dumping Bitcoin, and then people started panicking and selling and moving out. I mean, I moved out, I moved back in. I moved back in a little bit more since then, still at a better price than what I sold it at, around 5,000 now. So I bought back in at 5,000, I bought back in at 4,000. I definitely have some sitting around. I told you the buy orders that I have, what levels I have those on. But I'm already good. Like, I'm already good from what I sold. I think I sold at 6. I bought it like 42. Okay. So I'm good with where I'm at right now. But this is not the end of cryptocurrency by any stretch of the imagination. So, people pulling money out. We have a liquidity crisis right now in the world where people are freaking out and they want to pull their money out. Someone I know went to the bank and the bank wouldn't even let them get their money out. That just happened today. We're going to see more of that because the banks are running low because everybody's doing it. So cash is king in a moment like this. We don't want it to be true, and maybe eventually it won't be true, but as of right now, cash is king. And so a lot of people needed that liquidity, okay? They needed to have that cash on hand in case something happened, and that's what happened with the panic. People were selling that. They were pulling money, just like Jalen said. So it's been good, though. I've been really impressed with this chat. I honestly thought that a lot of people would come in here, and a lot of people would be trolling me tonight on here, but a lot of people didn't troll me. I'm really impressed. I told my admins to be ready. So I've been investing $100 per day per altcoin since the drops. Is that stupid? No, I don't think that's stupid. I think your method is pretty smart there. He says, should I wait and make one big purchase? It's better to dollar cost average in like you're doing. I think that's fine. Even if it does get one more big drop, I mean, you're still going to be, in a pretty decent spot. Somebody said go green. Did Bitcoin go up just now? I don't know if that's related to this. Oh no, it went up $20. Moon. The flu has been determined to be very mild by Dr. Drew, a pandemic specialist. First of all, this is not the flu. It is not the flu. It's a different kind of disease, but everybody says it's just the flu. I understand that. But Dr. Drew also said that a month ago. So we're in a much different place now than then. And I think he'll be proven wrong. Listen, this is Dr. Drew, okay? He's saying he's mad, blah, 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 blah. How many doctors are saying the opposite? You can't take one celebrity doctor's opinion and be like, oh, well, Dr. Drew said, Dr. Phil said. What are most of the experts saying? Look at what they're saying. I know someone who is a doctor in a local hospital here, and they sent him home. And do you know why they sent him home? As backup for when the other doctors at the hospital get it. Guys, y'all need to stop living in a dream here. Willie Moe in the house. What's going up? Yeah, let's go check out the stock to flow chart. Y'all are crazy. Let's go check out the stock to flow chart here. Stock to flow chart. Let's go check it out. We're going to be getting off here in a few minutes. Let's check out what it's doing right now. I mean, look, guys. Thing is, look, we're well below the stock to flow right now. We are well below it. So right now, it is the price at the end of the day was 5,100. The difference in the price model, or a different price model, says we should be at 11,000. The stock to flow says we should be somewhere around $8,800. Right now, we're at 51. Have we seen these kind of dips before? We've already looked at this. We've already talked about the hash wars and what that did. I've been talking extensively about that today. So you can see we got down to 3,000. Where's the low here? Well, I guess it's going off the closing price. Maybe we never actually closed at 3,100. Looks like 32.55 right here. So 32.55 was the lowest point that we closed, and that was more significantly underneath the stock to flow chart than where we are right now. I mean, if you just kind of eyeball it here, you can see that, and you can see that it's much further. But once again, and this is why it's so important to understand that this is an event-driven drop. This is an event-driven drop. This also, I hate how that pops up when I want to cover over something. But this, I'm going to try something new. Let's see. Oh, yeah. But this drop right here, too far. This is good. I'm like the weatherman. Oh, right there. There it is. This drop right here was due to the hash wars, which was event-driven. So let's see. You look over here, and we were below stock to flow leading up to the last bull run. Oh, gosh, I hate when I do that. I got to refresh it. I love the stock to flow chart, but it is a terrible chart, like to try to use for examples. Okay, so it looks like right now we're about almost as far to the bottom side of the stock to flow chart as has ever been. So that's something that might, I mean, I told you it was a little bit further. It was a little bit further for the hash wars down below. So that's got to be somewhat encouraging if you still think this model's not going to break. If you look at where we're supposed to jump up, man, it sure is hard to believe. It sure is hard right now to believe that with where we're at right now, that we'll catch up when this thing really starts heading up. It's really far-fetched to believe that right now. Do I want it to happen? Yes. Do I want to be realistic? Yes. Do I feel bad about saying that we're going to the moon for the last 6 weeks and now we're here? Yeah. Is it my fault? No. No one predicted this. I know you people in the chart saying this guy predicted, but no YouTuber I watched predicted a pandemic. None of them. If you watch some conspiracy YouTubers, they said for the last 25 years that every single month we're going to have a crisis. And on this day, they're right. So good on them. But this is event-driven, and, hopefully we won't have it as big of a kitchen sink here as we had. That's a new charting term that I made up today, by the way, a kitchen sink. So it's been unfortunate what has happened, obviously. And I know it's interesting because the biggest moment of influx into cryptocurrency was in 2017 with, the bull market and, all the people that entered at the hype got wrecked. And now it looks like we could be dealing with a micro situation similar where people were starting to get excited about Bitcoin. It was back over 10,000 and all the new people were coming in and now they've gotten wrecked again. So I hope we don't see the same kind of exiting from the crypto space that we saw from that. I do hope that people are going to be strong and be able to hodl through this. And things like that, but also be smart with your money. I mean, I know there are people that their whole strategy is to hodl and they get mad at people when they sell, but other people are trying to, this is what you got to remember, guys. Everybody that's in cryptocurrency is trying to do what's best for them. That's what every person is trying to do. People in cryptocurrency are not trying to do what's best for the community. If I thought that losing $10,000 would be best for the community for me, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to lose $10,000 for you guys. I don't think any YouTuber would willfully do that. So the whole point is I'm trying to do what's best for me, and you guys are trying to do what's best for you. And if you have a strategy that's just to hodl, then do that. But don't get mad at other people for shorting the market to try to make money. Don't get mad at people for, trading derivatives, or don't get mad at people when they decide they need to cash out and need some liquidity. We're all trying to do what's best for us. So your strategy works best for you. It doesn't work best for everybody else. And the market is not dropping because people want to jump on Bybit or Femex or whatever and short the market. I'm probably not doing any trading videos for a while on that stuff. I know it makes people mad when I make videos on that. Some people find it educational, but I'm just saying the long and the short of it is just don't get mad at people for whatever strategy they're using. It's all part of crypto. It's all part of crypto, and we're all heading towards the same place with the same similar goals, which is to make money. So right now, we may have gotten a little more sidetracked, but at the same time, I still believe that we're going to get up here to these numbers. It may take us a little bit longer than we thought it would previously, and that sucks. So let's see. I just didn't show Bybit. What? I didn't just show Bybit. Nobody said that. Somebody said I'm sexy, and I like that. What, Matt? Guys, I can't with the conspiracy theories. Am I gonna buy XRP at 1 cent? Yeah, I certainly would. So, all right, guys, I got to wrap it up. This is it for me tonight. I mean, we're starting to get so many people watching. We had 200 and I think we had 300 people on at one point. Yeah, Brian, it's actually much worse than that. I'm telling you, it's much worse than that. Come on, don't knock somebody's typo if they call me sexy. Don't you ever. We almost hit 300. This is by far the most active live stream we've ever had. I can't keep up with all the comments anymore. I treasure the time when I was able to read every single comment. I miss those times. Those were great. And even when those were going on, I said, man, I love this time where I can, really answer everybody's question. and things like that. But now we moved on to a different stage of the channel, and I just want to thank everybody, the whole Bit Squad, for sticking with me. When things were not going great for the channel, now things are going good. We're growing very fast, and just really excited about where we're going with the channel. And despite what Bitcoin is doing, I still believe in Bitcoin. Very excited. We might have another dip. You guys be ready for that. And things like that. But I'm going to hit the road tonight, guys. I got to finish up a video for my other channel, and it was great talking to you guys. Bit Squad, love you guys.